Wolfpack Robotics, a club at West High dedicated to competitive robotics. What is competitive robotics? Well, it's not BattleBots. Instead, it's robots playing against robots in a game where they're trying to see who can get the highest score. The game you see here is called Tower Takeover. It was this year's game. The game changes every year. 2 robots on the red side play against 2 robots on the blue side in a 2-minute match to see who can get the highest score by stacking cubes in the corner goals and placing cubes in the towers. Here's a match in action at a recent tournament.
Let's start autonomous here on the Tesla field in 3, 2, 1, go! Right off the gate at 33-24 V, going for their tried and true 6-cube auto. Their partners on red, also going for a 6-cube auto. This number 2 alliance has one of the best autos at the tournament. Oh, but this time it comes crashing down. Let's start autonomous here on the Tesla field in
That first part of the match was all autonomous, meaning the robots did all the stuff they did running on their own programming.
Going for their tried and true 6-cube auto. Their partners on red.
Next up is driver control, where the drivers will be controlling the robots using a controller similar to an Xbox controller.
In the backside, while at least their partners were successful. 315, looking good. Red Alliance is going to take this autonomous bonus and these match load cubes. Starting teleop here in 3, 2, 1, go! 33-24 is now going to have to clean up that corner so that their partners can score more cubes there. Gale Force, however, looks to be going for an all-green cube strategy. We get some collisions in the midfield. Strong defense coming out of 33-24. That's some contact in the protected zone. Team's got to watch out for that. Red Alliance successfully scores. Solid stack of 7. And now going for number 2. Blue Alliance not out of it yet. Oh my gosh, a huge tip. They raised as they were falling over, and that caused them to tip all the way. Now they've got a bit of entanglement on top of the Blue Alliance robot. They managed to shed this robot, but it's almost like a wall blocking them into the side of the field. Red Alliance scores another stack of 7 as Blue is going up with 7 and 8 of their own. Oh, a huge catastrophe. This is your number 7 seed. Their lives are on the line. They've got to make it into the semis to stay in this tournament. But with that tipped over stack, it looks like Red, despite their tipped over partner, might still be able to hold on to this match.
So how does the Wolfpack Robotics Club get to the point where we can compete in matches like that? Well, the first thing we do is we form teams. We have about 50 students that are involved in the club every year. We break them up into 6 robot teams, so each team builds their own robot. Teams of anywhere from 4 to 8 students. These are some of our teams from this past year. Each team has to design a robot. That means they have to brainstorm ideas. They have to go out and research, see what's out there on the internet, come up with ideas for a base to move the robot around, for mechanisms that can pick up things like cubes and score them. And they document all of this in an engineering notebook. Then they build the robot. The robot's built from metal parts with gears and chain and sprockets and motors, sensors, a brain for the robot. All of that has to be put together into a functioning robot. But the robot doesn't function without code, and so you have to write code, both code for the autonomous part of the match and also code for the driver control part of the match. Then you have to put it all together. You have to put the code together with the robot and get everything working the way it should be. And you have to put that together with the drivers that are going to be controlling the robot. And that means testing and practicing and working out strategies and solving problems and coming up with ways to improve the robot's performance. Then you're ready to play in tournaments and leagues, where you play several matches during the day, ending up in an elimination tournament to determine who the tournament champions are. And hopefully you win some awards along the way. These are 3 of our teams that won awards this last year. Awards like League Champions, Tournament Champions, Design Awards for having a good engineering notebook, and Excellence Awards for being all around good performance at a tournament. And if you win awards, you can qualify to go to the state championships. This is one of our teams that qualified last year to go to the state championships at the Google campus in San Jose. This year we had 4 teams qualify to go to the state championships. If it sounds interesting to you, it does involve a time commitment. We have work days 2 days a week after school, 2 to 3 hours each day. You don't have to come to the whole time, but you have to put in some good time if you want to develop a good robot. Dues are $50. We go to league meets once a month on Saturdays. We also host 2 of our own tournaments in January and February. If you're interested, you can email Mr. Mink at this email address for more information or to tell him you want to join the club.